Hey everybody, day 13, so we're on the home stretch. It's this one and 5 more after this. So today we're going to talk about aerobic power, so aerobic running, anaerobic running, and breathing. Okay. The first, we're going to give you 2 videos. The first one's not introduction. Introduction rolls right into the work. Let me give the important points of the day. So, for your anaerobic and aerobic running, make sure you're running forward and backwards. Make sure you're changing speeds. Then also, make sure you run, not all the time, but a good amount of time, you run in an S form, like a serpent. That changes joint angles and joint pressures. Very important. And you'll do that one also forward and backwards. A few other points we're going to talk about today. Breathing in the nose. The majority of the time, you should be conscious of breathing in your nose. If you're doing an activity and you start to lose your breath and you have to breathe in your mouth, you breathe in your mouth, of course. And we talk about in the nose, out the nose for relaxation, in the nose, out the nose for stimulation. We do a little bit of that in the warm-up. However, the majority of the time, think in the nose, out the nose, whether you're awake or asleep. That's very, very important, and very important to fight in case you have asthma. Another important point is the Strelnikova breathing that you'll hear about. That is great for building lung power and fighting asthma. Strelnikova, S-T-R-E-L-N-I-K-O-V-A. Right? And then another point in the breathing, you're going to see we're going to do a 3 in, 3 out. So excellent for beginning for athletes before they start their seasons, or a good warm-up, and great for sedentary people when they're going for a walk. The 3 in, 3 out breathing increases lung capacity, strengthens lung tissue, and moves the lymph. Lymph is your sewage system. So by moving the lymph in the body, if you do this after training, you don't have a chance to go in the pool. You can go for a walk and you do the 3 in, 3 breathing, which you'll see as we do it. It moves the lymph, it helps you recover. And the last important point of the day, we're going to be doing ball work for coordination. And so that's good for any ages, of course, and you can make it very sport specific. But if you're working with children, it's really, really good for them, and it works on their coordination. Okay, so here we go. Let's start it off.
Let's start with breath work, so breathe through the nose.
Yes, so we talked about that. In the nose, and we talked about that before, about when you're sleeping. If you happen to sleep and you breathe through your mouth too much and you have a bad asthma problem, tape the mouth.
Full breath.
So, most people breathe really just chest. They actually can't hit upper back and they can't hit belly. So we break it into below the belly, below and above the belly, below above ribs, below above ribs chest, below above ribs upper chest, and then we go to the upper back. So thank you.
Okay, that was sectional breathing?
No, okay, so yeah, that's sectional breathing. And then what can happen in the sexual breathing is you can breathe on the side and work your way up and down. And someone can also put their hand somewhere. So they can put it here and make that expand. So they can put it here and make the upper extend. They put it here and make that extend. Okay? So much so too, you can lie on your back, on your stomach. They can put a plate in different places, and you make the plate go up and down.
Strelnikova breathing continual.
So Strelnikova breathing is sniffing in without going out. So, okay, so you're going to try this. When you try this, you want to hit 30. Let's get to 30. That's important. If you don't, practice it a few times during the day. Just so you know, there's a gentleman up in Waterville Valley. He was defected from the Soviet Union many years ago. He was Pavarotti famous as an opera singer. 1,500 before he let his breath out. You really think of expanding everything, getting as much air in as possible. For me, my record's 800, but most of the time when I do it in the sauna or the steam, and I just try to get a couple hundred, just so I'm very loose in the rib cage.
Strelnikova breathing with a movement.
So you can use this as a warm-up. I can do head turns, I can do toe touches, but I can do 30 right here. So. Pick any exercise you want and do that, and it's a good warm-up, especially when you're going to go for a long run.
Burdenko breathing, pause breaths.
Burdenko was around the time that Dr. Burdenko was in the Soviet Union. They both happened to work on the cosmonaut programs, and Igor said he's never met Dr. Burdenko, but he came up with a breathing system, and he is really nose. All nose, all out. Now, he also has a test. So you're breathing through your nose, and he has what's called a pause breath test. So you're breathing through your nose a little, and then you hold your nose, and either move your head up and down, or just hold your breath, and you see how long you go. Very important, you don't overdo it. As soon as you feel like you have to breathe, you breathe. And you're hoping to get 30 seconds, 40 seconds. Then you know your breathing is in the right pattern. If you're way down in the 10-second range, then you got to work on this. And how you work on it is every now and then just stop during the day, just hold 6 seconds. That's it. Do it periodically and it will build up. Okay?
Wim Hof breathing.
Wim Hof breathing is a little different. Wim Hof is the gentleman you may have heard of. He has 22 records for cold exposure. And his breath is a big in, little out. And he'll do it 30 times, and then at the end, he'll do one of two things. He'll either breathe out all the way and hold his breath, or breathe in at the end of the 30 and then hold his breath. One is for the parasympathetic nervous system, one is for the sympathetic nervous system. Again, he also uses cold water and everything, so he claims that, and he's had success with many people controlling the autonomic nervous system. Again, our thoughts are, do any breath holding, you don't overdo it. As soon as you feel like you need to breathe, you breathe.
Okay, warming up the breathing system before a workout.
Okay, so here's some of the exercises we showed you in the freedom movement, but we'll just go through them quickly that you can do before you exercise, so you are warming up. In the nose, out the mouth for stimulation.
Okay, diaphragm stretching standing.
Okay, I'm here. I tuck under, I'm here. I breathe in, open my ribs. When I breathe out, I keep the ribs open.
Okay.
I go as long as possible, keeping the ribs open. Then I can do it on the ground. Same idea. I come up, I tuck under, open the ribs, keep them open.
Sounds like a horror movie.
And you go as long as you can on the out, keeping the ribs open.
Okay, lung expansion.
Okay, so these are the ones we've done before. So lung expansion.
Lung expansion with a high knee. With a heel catch.
So,
Lung expansion with a lunge. And then lung expansion with a lateral step. One arm lung expansion. Break the stick. Statue of Liberty. So you see you're doing all of this with the exaggerated breaths. Statue of Liberty with both arms. Elongation and down low. Elongation and hamstring stretch. Rib rub. Karate punches. Bend and hug. Twist and push the arms away. Shoulder shrugs. Strelnikova.
So again, we did it before, and it would be with the movements.
Okay.
Or anything, even here, I could breathe in a sniff on the down, sniff on the up. So again, we're trying to get 30.
And then Wim Hof with the movements.
So, and you get up to 30.
Okay, we're going to the stairs.
Okay. Keep filming. Okay, we do the stairs in this class because it is, you can use it as a workout in itself, or it is a great warm-up. So
We've got
there's many different jumping ones, you know that. We're going to show you stuff you may not have seen before.
big step forward, up and down.
So, and then I will continue up numerous steps, alternating legs. Now, same thing on the down.
Big step backwards, up and down.
So,
Sideways, high knee, single step up and down, both directions.
so no cross. I'm trying to look ahead. I'm trying to keep my hips straight ahead. So I would go up right shoulder. I would go up left shoulder. I would come down right shoulder. And I would come down. So you can pick by, staircases.
Sideways, high knee, cross front.
Okay, so right shoulder. Left shoulder. And on the way down, right shoulder, left shoulder.
Sideways, high knee, cross behind. Holding, jump one step up, down, two steps up, down, etc.
So this is a neat one. Really good anaerobic work. So, some people can do 7 steps. I'm just going to give you a 4. Or how about a 3? So, 1 up, 1 down. 2 up, 2 down. 3 up, 3 down. I can go for maybe 1 more step. But we do that slow, medium, fast. I did that with the facing the left shoulder, and I would do it on this side also. Now the next one is more of a coordination. You'll get the pattern. 1 up, 1 down. 2, 1, 2, down. 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, down. And so on, same as before, from both sides. Okay, I think that's it for the stairs.
Yep, now we've got aerobics, anaerobics, sorry.
It's okay. All right, so what's next?
3 in, 3 out walking, forwards and backwards.
This is the one we talked about before. So this is the one where you can use for recovery or for a great way for the elderly and a great way to start off your season before you run. So I would take a step, breathe here, 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 out. So it's and then backwards. On that last breath up here, you want to get so much you can't get any more air in.
Okay, then 3 in, 3 out walk, SS.
Oh yes, we can do the same thing sideways.
Walk to a run.
Oh yes, walk and run. So it's a 3 in 3 breathing with a walk run. So is that correct?
Yep.
Is that right? 3 in 3?
Yep.
3 in 3. So this is a great way to get people to start running again because it really does change the pressure on them. So I would go. And I would go a little faster. So let's say I was going backwards a little faster. And then the full speed, you want exactly 3 steps. That's why it's so tough with the pressures on the legs because you gotta stop, start every time.
And speed walking.
So usually during the class we speed walk around this place. You gotta give this a try. Go outside, give it a shot. So the Olympic speed walk as fast as you can. And that one we only do forward. Get a lot of wiggle in the hips, and really, really good for the legs. Very difficult. Remember, at all times, one foot has to be on the ground.
Running sideways, running slow, medium, fast, forwards and backwards.
Yes, so you understand that. So if we're running, you just make sure you change speed. So if you're going out for a run, you don't just have to do the same speed. Now, sometimes, again, people will say, well, we're training only below a certain level because we don't want to train fast at this day. So slow, medium, fast is just less. The fast may be 60%. The slow may be 40% of your speed, and the medium may be 50%.
Systema breathing.
So in the Systema, this is neat. There's a whole, we have a section here for you on Systema. Systema is a Russian military martial art. And they're definitely into the nose, out the mouth, same as Dr. Burdenko's. They'll do stuff. Can you read some of the stuff underneath?
Breathing pushes you down or pulls you up.
Yes. So I can breathe in on the up, or I can breathe So you change the breath so you have the coordination, so it doesn't always have to be the same thing. So it can either push you or pull you.
Full breath on the down and burst breathing on the up or reverse.
So burst breath, you have to try this. It's as fast in and out as you can. So always regular on the up. So I would breathe in, or I can do the reverse. And you can do any number you want, 10 to 30.
Run on each inhale, exhale, increase the steps, either step breathing or continual breathing.
So what that means is I can do one breath in, or I can do it Strelnikova style. So let's say I'm doing 3, so I can go. Or 4. That's fairly easy, and you can build right up. You can, amazing what number you can do with that one. Now, there's another way to do this, and that is I'm doing 1 exhale for X amount of steps, 1 inhale. So, let's say I've done the beginning. Let's say I'm going to do 5 steps. So I'm inhaling for 5. So that you can build up. Start at 1, and then while you're running, then go to 2, then go to 3, and up. This is your challenge. I'm just going to do 3. Your challenge is to get up to 5. So Here we go. In, out. One push-up. Now I'm going to go in. I'm going to start again, but you'll get the idea. I'll go in for 2.
In for 2, out for 2,
Okay,
in for
right.
3.
So, one inhale, I did 1, then 1 push-up, I did an exhale. 2 push-ups on an inhale, 2 push-ups on an exhale, 3 and 3. Go up to 5.
Okay, 5 steps inhale, 5 steps hold, 5 steps exhale. Triangle breath pattern.
Yes. So, this, again, a Stromakova run, and you can practice this. So I'm running 5 steps, breathing in, hold for 5, out for 5. That's the triangle.
Okay.
Next is the box.
Sorry, I lost my place.
Box breathing.
5 step inhale, 5 step hold, 5 step exhale.
So
5 steps hold, box breath pattern.
the box because
Yep.
it's 4 sides. So 5 again. So 5 in, 5 hold, 5 out, 5 hold, 5 in.
Okay, and then you can do that with other movements like squats or push-ups.
Yes, again, same idea. Try that for squats. 5 squats on an inhale, 5 holding, 5 on the exhale, 5 holding. Challenge.
Mountain running,
So these are some of the ideas. We just put some stuff
slow,
down.
medium, fast,
Yeah.
forwards and backwards. Mountain downhill running, slow, medium, fast, forwards and backwards.
Yeah, yes.
Oh.
The downhill we don't need to go
Forwards,
backwards.
just forwards, yeah.
Just forwards. So downhill running, unbelievable for strength. Now, obviously, if you have bad knees, or your clients have bad knees, you don't do it. But you hit and absorb, it builds strength beyond anything you can comprehend. That's for sure.
River rock running,
Good for balance, good for vision.
road biking, slow, medium, fast with different gears.
Yeah, so you don't just, I know if you're doing it for your training or whatever, you have to change gears at different places, but why not use a tough gear on the flats and go slow, medium, fast, or a tough gear going uphill, slow, medium, fast, or an easy in each place. Give your body a lot of different stimulus.
Mountain biking with different gears, different speeds, run beside the bike forwards and backwards, run beside the bike and around the bike in each direction, forwards and backwards.
With our children in summer camp we do a mountain bike up, we put them in a hard gear, we say go slow, medium, fast for a minute. Then we put them in an easy gear, slow, medium, fast for a minute. Then they bike to a certain section, they rest for a minute, and then they have to run beside their bike. And we go slow, medium, fast each side. Then they run beside their bike and they run circles around their bike. Unbelievable coordination, great endurance. Then they put the bike on the shoulder. They run forward, or mostly they just forward because they're not strong enough, but they hold the bike on the shoulder and they run at different speeds.
Rollerblading, slow, medium, fast, forwards and backwards.
Same idea.
Track.
Yes. Okay. So just before I just remember a point that I didn't put down. Here's a test for you. You're going to breathe in for 10 seconds, hold for 10 seconds, breathe out for 10 seconds. Okay? And you're going to do that 4 times in a row. See how you feel after that. I met a famous double gold medal winner in pairs figure skating. The guy could breathe in for a minute, hold his breath for a minute, and breathe out for a minute. Quite a challenge. Yes. Okay, so the track. So again, if you're doing track workouts, I suggest the slow, medium, fast, and if, let's say they gave you a training program and they say, well, today is only 60%, well, you don't want to go above 60% because they don't want you taxing yourself any more than that, but it doesn't mean you can't do 40%, 50%, 60%, and make sure you run backwards, almost as much as you run forwards.
C running, check on
So
check
you can
course.
do this on a track, a corner. That's where a lot of the athletes can lose their speed because they just aren't able to handle the side pressure. So you can run a track, or just here, you can run the C. With a bigger C than a C. And we also do this with different vision points. So the vision may be in the middle of the C. The vision could be over there. so that you're running and keeping your eyes on it at the same time. Excellent for the majority of the sports.
S form running.
So we talked about that before. In the important points of the day, we run like a circuit. The smaller the distance, so the more speed work you're doing, the smaller the S. The more endurance work you're doing, the bigger the S.
Running with 360-degree turns.
So I want to run and make 360. Is it 180s before that? No, 180s, right? I did my 180s.
That comes next with karaoke.
Okay, so I wrote 360s here. We can do 90 turns, 180, 360. We'll just talk about the 360s there. I want to make 2 steps and do a complete 360. So if I plant my right foot, I would turn on the side. 1, 2. If I plant my left, 1, 2. So I'm running. To go backwards, I have to cross the ball. So I plant the right, I cross. Plant the left. So here, I can pick a line. I can pick a distance, something in a distance where I do exactly that 360 without looking like a curveball or going all over the place.
Karaoke.
Okay, so we did this before. Kim did it before. Right big steps, one way or the other.
And then karaoke with 180-degree turns.
So if I'm turning 180, I got to turn the same way twice before I go the other way. So counterclockwise, clockwise. You don't have to go right or left because you're already doing it in the one way.
And then with 360-degree turns.
In this case, I'll have to go the other way. Can I turn that way?
Sideways, high knee, single step.
Okay.
And then high knees, cross front.
We did this again before. Very important. Up, open, up, cross. It's good for coordination because the athletes think karaoke a lot because they've done that, but they haven't done that one. So cross front, open, cross front, open, cross behind.
Okay, run with emotion.
Very important. I noticed Dr. Burdenko was working with Oksana Bayu. She was a famous figure skater, won a gold medal in the Olympics. And they're working on a beach, and they're doing emotional training. This makes sense for figure skaters because of the elegance they need. But I said to myself, it's important for our athletes to control their emotion. If you're going to get up and shoot a free throw and you're nervous as hell, you probably won't make the free throw. So whether you're running or doing a sport, you run or work to that emotion and pick a lot of emotions. Pick a bad emotion. Run like you don't give a hoot. Run like you're nervous. Run like you have controlled aggression. Run with full confidence. It's amazing what that'll transfer. So when you get to that free throw line and you have to make the basket to win the game, you've been there before. All you have to do, your body doesn't know reality from fantasy. You think about it, okay, I have full confidence, it goes in.
Run with visual objectives.
Okay, so I can run and I can move my head up and down, yes, or no, keeping my eyes on something. I can run, moving my eyes to different places. I can move my finger in and out, or I can run and focus on something right in front of me and something far away. So I'm changing that focus.
Okay, breathing gymnastics.
Okay, so this here was a section of exercises made. This one boy we had a pulmonary edema. He got it from being at altitude. So he did some freedom of movement with a little change of pace. We'll just go through very quickly. So
walking.
So we did the 3 and 3 breathing. That was the first one. And then most of the other exercises you've seen before, but double sniffs. So if he did the lung expansion, he wouldn't just film there. so we were talking about the gymnastics, breathing gymnastics. So if you're doing something like a lung expansion, it's a double sniff in. Or just to give a little more force on the lungs. And again, if someone has any lung problems, Strelmakova breathing and this type of thing, fantastic. Okay, so I just thought of some other stuff I hadn't written down. I'm going to make sure it goes on your sheet, some bonus sections. Great for elderly and children again. When they walk, run, you can use a line. Put the foot on a line, forward or backwards. So they're looking straight ahead, but you watch and make sure the foot on the line. So people aren't with their feet all over the place. You go right line, right foot on the line, left foot on the line, same as this, forward and backwards. Then you can straddle the line, obviously a skinny line, so their feet, they're not walking like this. But then you can add that. So they go there, they go wide, they go on the line, they go wide. Okay? So you do that walking and running. And the last thing, which is a lot of fun, is walking forward and backwards, pick a foot to put on the line. The partner will also help them where to move, and they have their eyes closed, and they're trying to walk with their foot on the line. Good, not bad. And if I'm walking and I happen to move to my left, they'll say move right, I put it on the line. Excellent stuff. Good for proprioception. Okay, Kim's going to do the exercises with the tennis balls.